YouTube, what's going on, baby? Two-Tone Sports here. I'm gonna hit you guys with another 2023 mock draft. All right, I'm gonna drop two in 1 week. My head's been going crazy with these like trade possibilities. What would be really cool to see? Um, Now my trade compensation may not be exact, but it will be kind of around what you see. Okay? This draft is going to be loaded with trades. I got one, two, four trades, four massive names being traded. So, I'm not going to hold you guys off anymore. That being said, we are going to jump right into this one, baby. Two-Tone Sports here. All right, let's get into the video. Number one is going to lead to a massive trade. It's not what you think. Okay? Not what you think. The Bears loved Justin Fields. Okay? Justin Fields, Ohio State QB. So, number one overall pick, the Bears are going to take CJ Stroud. I will get into it. You must watch this video. I will get into why. CJ Stroud, I think you can't teach size. You can't make size. He's got the size over Bryce Young. Is Bryce Young right now the more polished QB? Depends who you talk to. Yeah, he's got better passing, a little bit better technique. CJ Stroud can easily get there. I think CJ Stroud has a higher ceiling than Bryce Young. I think what's going to concern a lot of teams is what you saw with Tua Tagovailoa this past year. Okay, his health is a concern. I get it. You can't predict concussions. You can't predict that stuff. God bless him. Hope he gets well. I hope he does the right thing, and I hope he has a healthy career for the rest of the way. But we see these size concerns now. Like, teams are going to have to take that into a little bit more of a factor when you look at these young kids. All right? You're going to have to take it a little bit more into a factor when you look at these young kids. So, CJ Stroud to the Bears. What do they do with Justin Fields? We'll get there. Crazy. Crazy. So, Houston Texans are on the clock. Okay? They're screaming, yelling. They're super pumped. Bryce Young is going to go there. Okay? Bryce Young goes there. I think they're ecstatic. Bryce Young looks very good. Only downside is his size. So, it's tough. It's tough. All the rest, he's a polished QB. So it's gonna pick they have to make. They're a young, brand new head coach. They got another pick down here at 12. Bryce Young's gonna be their guy. In all of my drafts, it's either Bryce Young or Stroud. I love it. I have this the way the draft's going. Not many people are saying QB at one for the Bears. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna be one of the first people to put it out there. All right. So now we're sitting here. We got the Cardinals. J.J. Watt's gone. They're going Will Anderson to replace him. So Will Anderson is polished, very technical, very, very good. He's crazy at creating pressure. He's going to be what that team needs. He's going to be the solution to that defensive line. Especially JJ's gone. They weren't amazing with JJ either, but he's what they need. Also, it's going to help getting Kyler back. I got Will Levis going to the Colts. They need a QB. Um, Will Levis to the Colts. Here, we can read some about him. Look at his size. Look at his size here. First look. Oh, we're going to cancel that. Don't want to get rid of this one. 6'3", 232. Okay? He's got a great arm. He needs a little consistent footwork. Okay? We're going to go back here, and we're going to look at Bryce Young. And we're going to compare. We're going to compare size right here. Ready? 6 foot 194. Everyone on the field is going to be bigger than him besides a corner. All right, and even then, most of the corners are probably right around that size. And then look, you're gonna look at C.J. Stroud, 6'3", 215. He's gonna put on a little weight, but 6'3", 215. Like those 2-3 inches are huge. That 20 pounds is everything. Everything. We got Seattle on the clock at 5. Here we are, Jalen Carter. They're loving this. Seattle goes there. Jalen Carter goes. If he falls to 6, you know the Lions are picking him up. That would be awesome for them. That would be awesome for them. So, we look at the analysis here. This is exactly what I had on my mind. We got Tyree Wilson. We got Tyree Wilson going to the Lions. This is why. Ready? 6'6", 275. Versatile. He can play anywhere. He needs consistent technique, but look at him. 6'6". That reach is insane. Look at his stats, too. Okay? All right, 2020 he didn't have he wasn't really a starter, but look at this. Consistent hurries. I mean, look, all over the board on defensive line. I think the Lions go here. Now you got two crazy, crazy bookend pass rushers. Okay? You got Hutchinson, you got Tyree Wilson. Now let's rebuild that defense. We got deep. We can kind of get a little deep secondary. We know we're going to be in the top of the second round. We even got another pick here coming up. Come on. Come on. All right. So, this is where shit gets interesting. Stuff gets interesting. Sorry if your kids are watching. Okay? I'm predicting Jimmy Garoppolo goes to the Raiders. I'm going to say Jimmy Garoppolo goes here. So let me mark that off my list here. Jimmy Garoppolo goes to the Raiders. I don't think it's going to be a QB here. If he goes to the Raiders, they're going to sign him for a decent. I'm thinking they're doing 2-3 years. All right, you got Stidham. You're getting Garoppolo. You're not too happy with the rest of the QBs on board. So what do we do? Well, there's in my eyes only one option here. Okay, you realistically need help all over that offensive line. You can grab Skoronski and put him at tackle, but could he play guard? Yes. Does he have the size, length? That's the question. We're going to grab your for sure tackle. Your for sure tackle is going to be Paris Johnson Jr. Okay? You're going to get Garoppolo. You're having Paris Johnson as your tackle. I love it. I love it. It's a good start. You're not really totally rebuilding. You're bringing in a vet still. Whether you think Garoppolo is better than Carr, that is your opinion. But I think it's a good move. You're not breaking the bank either on Garoppolo. I think it's a good move because you guys do have some holes to fill on that defense and offensive line still. This. This is. Where are they? You catching my drift here? Crazy. Oh, sorry, they're not giving that up. All right, ready? Here is one of the blockbusters here that is going to shake this draft. I know they sit here and say they want Ritter. They believe in Ritter. I'm calling BS. They're saying that because they're hoping for a QB to fall to them at 8. They're thinking one of the top 3 fall to them at 8. The Bears, they already have a deal in place with the Bears. They want Fields. I mean, kind of fits their offense. You got Cordell Patterson, you got Drake London on the deep ball, you got Kyle Pitts, who's an athletic freak. Why not add another athletic freak in the backfield? Yeah, Ritter could be that, but You're going to give up your first round pick this year and your second next year for the young Justin Fields, and you're going to get Chicago's third round pick this year. We're going to force it. Okay? So the Atlanta Falcons now have their QB in Justin Fields. That's crazy. All right? So the Bears got CJ Stroud to replace Justin Fields here. This is in works. This is in talks to happen before the draft even starts. Boom. Now, the Bears are on the clock. Let me remind you, they had the first overall pick. You went QB. You got rid of Fields. You just got the 8th pick. Probably hit the bank with this. Is this likely? 8th pick is very, very high on Justin Fields. But let's say the Falcons love him. All right? Realistically, you probably can get a second round. Maybe you get 2 second-round picks for him. Either way, kid's still raw, kid's still young. He's still on the rookie deal. That's why you gave away the first round pick. Do I think he's worth it? I don't know. Draft capital's a little high here, but I really think the Falcons are desperate. I don't think there's anybody that really suits their fancy in free agency, and definitely not right here. So, that being said, Justin Fields to the Falcons. Now the Bears are on the clock. Bears fans are going insane. What do they do? There's a lot of room here. Let's do the right thing. Okay, and the right thing would be Peter Skoronski. He's going to be your tackle. He's going to be your guard. Whatever you decide to put him at, he is going to be your starter at either tackle or guard, whatever you see him as. He's going to be your starter. He's going to protect your QB, and I love it. I love it. Boom! Now you got a shit ton of cap. Now you got 2 picks in the top 8. You got your QB. You got your tackle. Let's get our weapons in free agency. You can get a receiver or 2 in free agency. You can get a tight end in free agency. This draft is also deep in tight end. And now we're sitting pretty, Bears fans. Now we're sitting pretty. I know. I get it. You're not doing much here, okay? You got Carter off the board. You got Anderson off the board. Go your versatile lineman. This is what you need to do. Now we got the Panthers. What do the Panthers do? In our eyes here, do we reach a little bit on a QB here? Yeah, they do. They're going to take the project Anthony Richardson. I just see him fit in there. He's got hell of an upside. Okay, he's got hell of an upside. Athletically, he's off the charts. When it comes to QB talent, he's raw as raw gets. Raw as raw gets. No other way to put it. He's got the arm. He does not have the footwork. He does not have the consistent technique. But every single thing else is there. Even size. Like 6'4", 232. Runs like a deer. A little bit of a reach, but a risk the Panthers are willing to take. Now we have the Eagles at 10. You're in the Super Bowl and you get the 10th pick. There's Witherspoon. There's Gonzalez. There's Branch. What do you do? What do you do? I'm going to totally mix it up here. I don't remember if I've done this before, but Fletcher Cox is getting old. You just got Jordan Davis. You want two absolute hog mollies in the center. You hope Jordan Davis can play more than he did last year. He's ridiculous in the run. So now you want to bring in a versatile D tackle that can be good in the pass as well. 6'5", 300 pounds. Brian Brees going to the Eagles. Some people view it as a reach. I think if this kid can stay healthy, he belongs at that pick. If he stays healthy, I believe he is a top 10 talent. If your team can get him in the proper conditioning to be an every down defensive lineman, he is a top 10 talent. Cox is getting old. Jordan Davis was not an every down lineman. Let's throw the big boy in there. I like it. I like it. It's the biggest need? No. Also, you have to see how your offensive line holds up. Is anybody retiring? Is Jason Kelsey retiring? Is Lane Johnson retiring? What surgery does Lane Johnson need? That can swing this draft as well. If Lane Johnson has crazy leg surgery or knee surgery, I believe that is hurt, maybe you go tackle here. If you want to get flashy, maybe you go receiver here. Okay? Now we got Tennessee. This is consistent. Boom. Skronski's off the board. Paris Johnson's off the board. You're going to want the best next. Big boy. All right. Talk about big boy. Look at him. 6'4", 310. He needs a little help on his hand placement, but man, he's got raw power, can move people. And let's be honest, what are the Titans like? Look at his run block stats. Look at his no sacks. I mean, dude is gigantic. All right. If you could play left guard in the college, you could play right tackle. I'm sorry. If you could play left tackle in college, you could play right tackle as well. If you play right tackle, doesn't mean you could play left tackle. Okay. So, boom. Broderick Jones going to Tennessee. He's gonna move people there. All right. We got our QB, the future. Now, at this point, the way this draft is starting to fall, what do you do as a Texans fan? I see it right there. I think you're going Quentin Johnston. I've been having this in my most recent drafts. I've been liking it. Um, yeah, I've been I've been liking it. It's going to be a receiver of the future. Hopefully you get Mechie back. Brandon Cooks is probably on his way out. He cost a lot of money. And now you got your QB wide receiver duo of the future. Hook them up young and see what they can do. I think it's a great pairing. I really do. I think it's a phenomenal, phenomenal pairing. I forgot to cross this one off. Um, all right. Now we got the Jets. Jets are going to make a very, very hard push at Rodgers. Do I think it happens? Tough. Tough, tough, tough. Mm, I could see it, but I don't. I also see them signing a vet. Who that may be, I don't know. I think Carr is going to end up going to the Saints. Jimmy G goes to the Raiders. And it leaves a little bit of mayhem for the Jets. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Okay? That's the case. You go Anton Harrison, you go Dewan Jones. I mean, it's a little bit of a reach. You do need it, but they need a linebacker terribly. So, I don't think he's number one. Jets are going Trenton Simpson. He just fits their mold. He fits Robert Saleh. I think I've been constantly saying he's a quarterback on the defense. We're gonna come in here. Look at his size. I mean, ooh, he just looks mean. He really does. He looks mean. 6'3", 230. Kid runs like a deer. I don't want to leave the page. Kid runs like a deer. Here, look. Movement skills, man coverage heavy. Like, he's good. He needs a little zone. Every linebacker come out of college needs a little zone help. Okay? And honestly, some in the pros do it too. Need it too. Look, on 51 tackles, missed 9, 284 coverage snaps. I mean, come on. Look at his snaps. See that? Availability. He's there. He is there. I think he's great. It really puts the Jets defense to the next level, and they were already very, very good last year. Like, very good. We got the Patriots going Brian Branch here. I just think it fits Bill Belichick. They need a corner. One of their corners is going to free agency. Brian Branch is versatile. He's going to be all over the field. He's going to play majority positions. I have him more as a slot corner. But hell, if you want, you could put him back there in the safety and just tell him play ball, play this deep zone. He's going to do it. He's going to be Bill Belichick's Swiss Army knife, and I think it's phenomenal for him. Okay? He's very small, but the dude does not miss tackles. Does not miss tackles at all. At all. So, that being said, we're on to Green Bay. Rodgers is going to go back to the Packers. I think he's doing this retreat thing. He's going to go back to the Packers. It's either he's going to the Packers or he's retiring. One or the other. I don't necessarily see him leaving. His eyes like kind of what's the point? If he leaves, he wants a Super Bowl. Like, okay, maybe he goes to San Fran. They don't have enough to give up for him, but there's your Super Bowl team if that happens. But it's not going to happen. I think he stays in Green Bay, and he's going to stay in Green Bay, and they're going to get his new route runner in Jordan Addison. They're getting his new route runner at 15, Jordan Addison. Boom. They finally answer Rodgers' prayers in a first round receiver. I think he's going to pair very well with Watson. I think you have Lazard and Cobb out the door, getting younger at receivers. You can go tight end in the second or third round in this draft, to be frank with you. It's a deep tight end draft. I love Addison. Kid's a speedster. He's going to play in the slot. Crisp routes. He's got crazy route tree just going into the NFL. I think it's a great pick. This is one of my easier picks here. I don't think Washington goes QB. They could go QB in second or third round, depending on who's there. But I think this is a great pick for Christian Gonzalez off the board. I like him over Devon Witherspoon here just because I just think he's a better fit. Okay, I just think he's a better fit for Washington. Um, and they need a corner. They need a corner. It's been very, very weak for them. Um, yeah. So now I got Pittsburgh on the board. I'm gonna have them taking Devon Witherspoon. They don't believe that he's here. They can't believe it that Washington just took him. The Pittsburgh also needs a corner. My other pick probably here would be tackle, but they're really doing with Anton Harrison. I've had done that pick here multiple times. I want to mix it up a little bit. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, Devon Witherspoon to Pittsburgh. Now this is where things get interesting again. We got the Lions back up. They went Tyree Wilson. They got their bookends secured. Bookends are secure. Now, they're pretty pissed if Von Witherspoon went before them. Now you're seeing a 3-run pick on corners. Boom, Joey Porter is going to the Lions. They shore up their defense. They get their defensive end of the future, and now you get your corner of the future. Bang, bang. Have a nice day, Detroit. I think it's a great pick. He's a mean physical corner. I think he's going to be very well there, and he fits their grit. Let's be honest. He fits that team, baby. He fits that team. Bucks are weird. Bucks are weird. I do like Michael Mayer. It's hard. It's hard for me though. I'm not. that high on Jackson Smith and the Jigba. I don't know how he's going to fare up. He's also like, look at his stats. Look at, first off, 6 foot, 198, slot corner. That's what that tells me. Look at his availability. The dude's been hurt. I just think that's what's going to hurt him. I think that's what's going to destroy his draft stock. You got to see how he does in health wise. That's really what this comes down to. You're gonna sit here look at defensive interior. A lot of people like Mozzie Smith. I really like Siiki Ika. I haven't really give Cansey any respect. Maybe I will start doing it, but I do think the best option here is Michael Mayer. They love their tight ends. Gronk's there. They're missing Gronk. He's kind of similar. I've said it in a previous mock draft. Um, I just think they go tight end here. This one's pretty easy too. I kind of view it as a rebuilding year for the Bucks, but we'll see. So here, unfortunately for you Chargers fans, I got Osiris Torrance coming off the board of Seattle. Let me make sure. What do we do their first pick? I don't like to lead to Jalen Carter. They're going to get both sides of the trenches. That's what I thought. All right. We got Osiris Torrance here. He's a big boy. Like, look at this. This decides to load. 6'5", 347. I mean, he is insane. He is insane. He's going to move people. Look, it can improve very little. So, while I was talking, I just got a notification on my watch that a lot of NFL execs think that Anthony Richardson is not falling out of the top 15. Look where he goes in mine. Literally just got it right now. Mel Kiper says NFL execs say Anthony Richardson is not falling out of the top 15. I agree with you, Mel. I agree. I think he's got way too high of a ceiling to let people drop. He's not gonna. It's just not gonna happen. So this is weird. You Chargers fans, what do you want? Zay Flowers, Jordan. You guys want receiver? That's what I want as a Chargers fan, to be frank. Um, I know you're gonna probably lose Bryce Callahan to free agency, just because they're like what 20 million over cap. They're gonna have to restructure. What do you do with Keenan? I think he needs to restructure. Linebacker is a problem, but way too high here. I think if he is on the board at this point, Lucas Van Ness goes to the Chargers. Is it the biggest need? Absolutely not. But if you can have Mack, Bosa, and Van Ness swapping, keeping each other healthy, keeping each other fresh. I mean, Bosa goes down, Van Ness is going to come in. I think this is a phenomenal move for the Chargers. Is it the biggest need? Absolutely not. But if Van Ness can learn behind those two, oh boy, watch out for the future. This is a hell of a pick. This would be a hell of a pick. I love it. You guys probably won't. Who knows? I think it's a great pick. Ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned in the beginning of this video that there were blockbuster trades. Guess what? Here comes another one. All of you Ravens fans, I hate to do this to you. For some reason, can't find the team. I hate to do this to you. Lamar Jackson is going to be on the move. Guess what you're swapping? You're swapping QBs. Lamar Jackson to the Dolphins, to a Tagovailoa, to the Ravens, and boom. You are giving up 2 first-round picks. As the Dolphins, you view it as That's the reason for the playoffs. That's the reason for all that. You think he's going to take you to the next step. You're selling your future. Boom, this is what you're doing. You think Lamar's taking you to the Super Bowl. Bang. Ladies and gentlemen, Tua Tagovailoa is now the QB of the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is now the QB of the Dolphins. Would be very, very, very interesting. With that being said, now you need a receiver. Now you go and take Jackson Smith Njigba to the Ravens to pair him with Tua Tagovailoa. Okay? That is another blockbuster on my list. Lamar's not happy. The Dolphins were really a QB away for the playoffs. So, now we leave the less dramatic Vikings on the board. Alexander Madison's a free agent. Doesn't really bother you. I consistently have a corner going here. We're going to look at the defensive interior. It's an issue. Nobody is picked. Very, very interesting. Well, I don't disagree. I have Cam Smith going to the Vikings. Boom. It's what you guys need. You guys need help in that secondary. I like Cam Smith. I view him more as a man corner. I think Pat Pete was a liability last year. You're fixing that here. It's a great move for you guys. And honestly, like something you really, really need to consider. Now we're gonna go here. Jacksonville's on the clock. I know Michael Mayer's not here. Evan Ingram, I'm gonna say, is gone to free agency. Okay, at this point, linebacker. You could go D-back. Actually, no. We're gonna trade. We're gonna take a step off the gas here, two-tone. All right, we're gonna take a little step off the gas here because they need some defensive back help, and they're taking Antonio Johnson. All right, Antonio Johnson's off the board to the Jags. They need some secondary help. He's gonna absolutely do that. Ladies and gentlemen, New York Giants fans, baby, buckle up. You want to know why? Here's another blockbuster trade I was talking about. Another blockbuster trade that I was talking about. Guess what? You Giants fans, you're getting D-HOP. You're getting DeAndre Hopkins for... Yeah, we're doing DeAndre Hopkins for your second. We'll do your second and third round pick. We'll do this here. The Giants are giving up a second and a third round pick. They are getting DeAndre Hopkins from the Cardinals. Boom. Okay. Wide receiver is off the board. I don't think you need tight end. I don't think you need tight end. I like Bellinger. I think they're pretty happy with Bellinger. All these are going to be, yeah, see? Gone, 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 gone. What do? You just fix your receiver position. You needed help in the secondary. You also needed help. Boom. The Giants now go, and you Giants are going to get Keely Ringo. You guys need a better corner out there. Watching the Giants games, your defensive scheme was very good. The talent wasn't there. You're going to bring back Jones. You're going to bring back Barkley. Now you bring in D-Hop. Now you get a starting corner out there. Now you're really starting to see that team turn around real quick. Real quick. Keely Ringo is a great guy. A little aggressive this year. That's the reason he's been burnt a little bit. But I blame that on his aggressiveness, and I really think he needs to simmer down. So, Keely Ringo and D-Hop go to the Giants. Guess what, baby? I sat here and said 4 blockbuster trades. We already had Fields to the Falcons. We already had Lamar and Tua swapping teams. We just had D-Hop go to the Giants. Here's the last blockbuster trade that you're going to see. I need to find the team. Guess what? Michael Thomas is going to be a Dallas Cowboy for right around the same compensation. Michael Thomas to Dallas. Boom. Put it in your books. You heard it here first. You heard it in Two Tone Sports. We got some crazy moves in this first round, man. This is exciting. This one's a wild one. All right, so now that you solved your wide receiver, what do you do, Dallas? Well, Dallas wants to get a little flashy. Let's be honest. How long is Zeke going to be there? Pollard's going to be tagged, most likely. What do we do? What do we do? I kind of like the way this is going. I'm going to put Zeke Ika to the Dallas Cowboys. Just make that defensive line filthy. Make the defensive line filthy. Look at this size on this cat. I mean, talk about cat. This kid's a freaking jungle cat. That 6'4", 358. He's going to be a nose tackle. Oh, lower body strength. He needs to definitely bring his weight down a little bit. And, I mean, Cowboys love these big, big maulers. They really do. Okay? Don't want this video going too long for you guys. You guys start petering out. So, boom. What do we do here? We don't really have corners on the board anymore. What do we do here? Look, I guarantee majority of these guys are gone. Damn it, they gave me my pickup. Okay, we are going to sit here and we're going to take Bijan Robinson to the Bills. Why? I know Cook's there. He's been doing all right. You need to get that other aspect to your game. You're going to bring Bijan in there. Now you're not reliant on, like, shit. Josh Allen's going to win us this game. You can turn around and be like, dude, Bijan Robinson won us 2 games this year at a minimum. Like, he is fast. He can put his head down. He can make people miss. He can catch the ball. He is that every down back that honestly puts the Bills as an absolute superpower without relying on Josh Allen every play. I love it. I love it. Now, talk about love. Boom. You're going to sit here and lose your mind, Bengals fans. Keep building that line. Anton Harrison, one of the best pass blockers in this draft. I'll show you his stats here. You guys need to keep building that line. You guys need to keep Burrow upright. Look, let up 4 sacks in what? That's almost 1,000. In almost like 1,900 offensive snaps. 4 sacks. 4. That's crazy. Crazy. Okay? Keep building that line. I mean, come on. He's going to be a swing tackle. He's very good with movement. Keep building that line. So, like I said, here we are. Derek Carr is going to go to the Saints. Derek Carr is going to sign with the Saints. You guys got rid of Michael Thomas in this draft. So, you're going to get Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is going to New Orleans. He's replacing that Michael Thomas role. Is he built like Michael Thomas? Will he have Michael Thomas's role? No. Dude is a freak with the ball in his hands. He is not that tall as Mike Thomas. Okay, we're going to show some size here. 5'10". He's going to be your little scat receiver. He's going to be your little utility knife. Get the ball in this kid's hands, and he can kind of little shimmy like Tyreek. Okay, he's not as fast as Tyreek, but he can shimmy like Tyreek. Trust me. He's got it. He really does. He's got it. All right. I'm going to go here. Eagles fans, you hit the jackpot. Myles Murphy falling to 30. Will it happen? Probably not. Okay. But we got Myles Murphy down there at 30. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now what do we do? We got the Chiefs at the end of this draft. Okay. We came up here. I already see a move candidate who's probably going to take a little reach here. We're going to make a trade. Not the Browns. All right. The Chiefs are getting. They're not jumping up that much, but we'll do it. All right. The Jets are giving up their second, fourth, and we'll do a fourth next year too, to move up. Back into the first round. The Jets don't get Rodgers. Derek Carr is going to the Saints. Garoppolo is going to go to the Raiders. Who do they want? They can't. They can't. Boom. You're going to take the vet. Hendon Hooker to end off this draft. Oh, pull up the results. What a wild one. My head has been wrapped around this draft for days. Okay? We got, ready? We're going to cover the Jets. Jets are going to take their linebacker of the future. The dude's going to be an absolute freak, especially in that defense. Now you got your QB of the future and a little bit of a reach here. It's a reach. But he's old. He's going to come back and show in the combine and show in his pro day that that knee injury is not an issue. Dude's got a cannon. He's going to do great. Okay? Now you got your QB of the future. You destroyed the draft last year. You destroyed it again this year, Jets fans. All right, so we're going to highlight the biggest moves here. CJ Stroud to the Bears. Justin Fields traded to the Falcons. They gave up a little too much, in my opinion, but we're going to do it. Skoronski to the Bears. Boom, boom, boom. Tyree Wilson. Lions get bookends here. Okay. We have Jimmy G to the Raiders. Paris Johnson Jr. Got to protect him. Anthony Richardson. Mel Kiper came out and just said he's top 15 on a lot of NFL exec boards. Boom, going number 9 to the Panthers. I love it. What else we got crazy here? Oh, Green Bay taking a first round receiver. Bucks finally finding that Gronk replacement, Michael Mayer. Chargers taking not necessarily a position of need, but a position of value from Lucas Van Ness, going to learn behind Bosa and Mack. I like it. Massive move here. Lamar and Tua switch teams, and they get a receiver of the future. Forgot about this bad boy. We got Michael Thomas going to Dallas, and then Dallas taking an absolute hog molly in the center. Bijan completing that disgusting offense. Bengals getting a deep, deep tackle. Saints replacing Zay Flowers. Saints replacing Michael Thomas, but also getting Derek Carr. And then we got the Jets coming up here at the end, trading for Hendon Hooker. Eagles get a hell of a draft. They're grabbing 2 linemen. They grab Murphy here because of the value. Can't believe he fell that far. You got Brian Brees. Maybe these two should really be swapped, is really what should have happened. Probably Myles Murphy here and Brian Brees here. Either way, I like both of them going there. But crazy mock draft. My head's all over the place. You guys are going to call me nuts. I like to give you guys some interesting trades. You never know what's going to happen. Who would have thought A.J. Brown would have been traded like that? Nobody. Nobody. So, we like to play around with them. As always, guys, Two-Tone Sports here with another 2023 NFL mock draft. Just want to say thank you guys for watching. I will be doing a giveaway at 1,000 subs. we're going to be talking about it as I get closer, but I will do a giveaway at 1,000 subs. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and hope you guys enjoyed.